back in here, and so once you have your stroke color selected, and what you're going to be doing here is you're going to click and drag. Also make sure the stroke, let me go back here, make sure your stroke is 2 points, and let's go back to here to pen tool, and let's make another one. Alright, once you've done one, hold down your command key, select away, and come back here and you can do another one here. Maybe a little bit too big, so I'm gonna go back and redo another one. So once you've done one, hold down your command key, click away, so deselect everything, and going back in here, just gonna keep working on this. I'm gonna working on this a little bit faster. There we go. Now once you've done everything and you can use your selection tool, now here I'm gonna show you a little trick thing. So as you see right here, the cap of the stroke, they are kind of like straight, and what we want to do is we want to make them around it to fit with the style of the artwork. So what you will do is you want to use your selection tool, hold down your shift key, and we're gonna basically just gonna go in and select all of the little topping thing, I don't know what it's called, and we're gonna go into window, we're gonna go to stroke. Now I'm gonna click and drag, bring out the stroke, and as you see, the cap that we're currently on is called butt cap, but what we want is we want a round cap. So select on a round cap, and as you see, all of them are changed out to around it. So we're basically around them all already. Alright, now what we're going to do next is we want to select individual of them, and you can give them a different color. Now for instance, this one I want to go for yellow, and this one I might can let it go for purple, and this one let's go for let's go for maybe yellow. And if you do want to have some different color, if you want to customize the color, now you can come up to here on the color picker. So you will click on the stroke color, because this is the fill color. You don't want the fill color, you want the stroke color. So click on this and double click on the stroke color, and it's going to give you a color picker. Now inside of your color picker, what you can do is you can create, or you can customize to any color that you want. So you will go all the way up from red and purple, dark blue, light blue, green, yellow, orange-ish, and going back to red. So whatever color you want to do, I'll let you guys pick whatever color that you think will maybe work the best in this case. Alright, now here I might just gonna leave it blue. Alright, and here's another thing. If you want to save your little time, just save a little bit of your time, you can use your selection tool. Let's just say if I want to make another one, so I'll hold down our option key and click and drag and bring it over here. Once it's here, you can rotate it here to maybe this way, and that way, you know, it's a lot easier. Maybe I want another yellow one here, and in this way you can get it done a lot faster as well. Alright, I like to say I'm gonna call it as it is. I like it. Alright, the next step, what you want to do is I kind of want to create a little shadow inside of our donut here. Now to get started, we're going to use our circle. We're going to use our pen tool as well. So I'm going to start from here. I'm going to draw it. Kind of want to follow along with the curve that we have already. Alright, once we've done, we're going to do this way. Alright, And then what we're going to do next, we're going to give a different color. Now to give a different color, you're going to select on the shape that you created, and let's turn it off, the stroke color, and let's give a fill color. Now once you give a fill color, and what you're going to be doing, remember, we're going to use our shape builder. So we're going to select on this and hold down your shift. So we're going to select both of the object. So select it, and then you're going to use your shape builder tool here, and then hold down your option key to get rid of this part. Now there you go. Now this is the inside little shadow here that we created. And same thing I want to do here is I want to give a little shadow on the donuts as well. So I'm going to use my pen tool. I'm going to deselect everything, make sure everything is deselected. And we're going to click on the anchor point here. And I kind of want to give it to like going this way, coming up to this way. Like I said, you want to make sure you only have stroke. Otherwise, you know, you can actually see a little bit better where your line is actually going. So I'm probably going to leave it like here, and then I'm going to close it out. All right, now for the donut shadow color, I'm going to go back to our selection tool, select it again so we can readjust the color. Now, once you've done, turn it off the stroke color and give a fill color, which is in this case, I want to go for a little bit darker than the brownish donut color that we had. And use your selection tool, make sure it's a V selection tool, select on the shape, and also select on your donut. And as you see, here is a little area that we can get rid of. We're going to use our shape builder. We're going to hold down our option key to get rid of the inside part of it, right? All right, cool, awesome. Now we're going to do is we're going to select back onto the shadow of our topping here, and then we're going to go onto our object, arrange, bring it in front. There we go. That's exactly what we're looking for. Cool, awesome. Now once you've done here, and I do want to give a little shadow here as well. So we're gonna make sure everything is deselected and use our pen tool here and make sure no fill color, but we want some stroke color. And the stroke color I want to use is the darker brownish color. Gonna go from here, 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 maybe going in here. Maybe you want to go like here. All right. Now once you've done, swap it. You can use this little arrow to swap it from the stroke to fill color like that. And then as you see here, it doesn't really match. So what you can do is you can readjust it a little bit. Use this handle. Let's see, we're gonna do it this way. There we go. And after you're done, make sure you want to send it to the back, right? So you're gonna select on the shadow part here, and let's go object, let's go arrange, send it back. So once you send it back, it's actually going backward. So we want to have our donut send it all the way back as well. So going to object, arrange, send it back as well. So now the shadow is there. That looks good. All right, now let's work on our car. So our car is missing two windows, like here and here. So let's get the window down. Use our pen tool and make sure the stroke is on, fill color is off. Let's make the car window. I want to start from here, and I'm going to draw a triangle here first. and then we're gonna go back to our use our Option key to curve it like that. Once you've done, use your selection tool, select away, come back in here, and let's give a fill color, and let's turn it off this fill color. My bad, sorry. You wanted the darker color as the fill color. There we go. All right, now let's work on the rear window here. Go back to our pen tool, do the same thing. I would draw like a triangle here as well. Let's close it down here, and we're gonna go back here. We're gonna remember hold down Option key, make a curve like that. There we go. That's exactly what we're looking for. Oh, sorry, the rear window is supposed to be smaller, so don't worry, we can fix it. We'll use our direct selection tool. So direct selection tool, remember, it'll get you ability to locate your anchor point. Where you can resize it, you can relocate it. Let's just say I want to just be smaller while we move the anchor point up, and then we need to readjust the handle a little bit as well. Maybe I wanted to move it inward a little bit here, make it smaller. There we go. All right, cool. Now let's give a background in the end of it. We're missing the background color, and also we're missing the shadow of the car and the trailer. All right, now let's make a background color. To make a background color, we're gonna use our rectangle tool. And make sure, since it's a background color, normally I like to do is I like to create another layer, and then the layer is just going to be a background layer, right? So we have a layer called background layer, and I'm gonna create a layer. We're gonna create a shape that covered up the entire artboard. And let's go in here. And this is a kind of the mint-ish, purple-ish color. And then once you've done the background layer, let's just lock it so you won't accidentally select on the background layer. So let's go back to our artwork layer so we can keep working on our shadow part. All right, so the shadow part, as you see, is a kind of like I'll say like an ellipse tool. So I'll use our round-ish rectangle tool, so we can go all the way from here to here. Like that. And then we're probably going to use the darker shadow. There we go. Maybe the lighter one. No, the darker one. There we go. So you'll go in, and what we're going to do is we're going to send it back. So once you send it back, remember object, arrange, and send it back. So once you send it back, it's supposed to look like this. Now once you have one done, what you can do is you can use your selection tool, hold down your Option, click and drag, put it underneath of the car as well. And what you also can do, you can resize it as well. You can resize it to whatever the size of the car. All right, now only thing we're missing is a little dot here. All right, now here let's make the dots. The only thing we're missing here is the dots in the background. Now very simple, the tool we're gonna use is we're gonna use our ellipse tool. So we're gonna zoom all the way in here. Now first thing I want to do, I want to make sure our dots is going to be the light-ish, purple-ish color. So we're gonna hold down our Shift key to make a dot first. That's the first dot. And we're not going to make dots all the way across the artboard. That's gonna be too much work. Now in Illustrator, there's a simple way to do that, to make one object repeat over and over again. So you want to make sure you're on the background layer, so select on your dot, Next thing we want to do is we want to go Object, and there's a feature called Repeat, and we want to repeat it as a grid. So click on that, and after that you will have a little box that around it will get you ability to keep repeating your grid. All right, I'm gonna go all the way across the artboard just like that, and then you will see a little double arrow here. So this can increase of your dot or decrease of your dot. Now for instance, I don't want that many dots in here, so I'm just basically gonna decrease the size of the dots to around 0.1 inches all the way around, maybe a little bit, maybe 0.9456, whatever you want to do. And what we're gonna do next, I want to just make a one row like this, and then once you're down here, and then you can hold your Option key and click and drag to here. Leave it right there. Cool, awesome. All right, now once you have 2 rows done, and what you can do next is you can select both of the row of the dots, and you will hold your Option key, click and drag, bring it down to just like that. Once you've done this, you can just go for Command D, and this is it. This is how you have all of your dots going across the artboard already. All right, now one last step. As you see, the dot doesn't really show up that much, so we're gonna drop down the opacity of your dots. Now make sure you want to lock your artwork, so you won't actually select it. Once you select everything here, we're only gonna select the dot in the background. And going into your background layer, and you're gonna see a lot of grids. And also, you're on the very bottom of it, you're gonna see your the background color. Let's lock that layer since we don't really use it. So since that layer is locked, now the only selection we made is just the dots. All right. Now go into your property panel. If you don't have your property panel open, you will go Window, and you will just go Properties here. So click on the Properties, and then you will have your Properties panel here. And then under right here in the Apparency section here, you will see your opacity. So let's drop your opacity to right around 20 to 25%. And once you drop it down, and you don't really see your dots that much anymore. All right, this is it. This is the last step of our project. And once you've done, and save your file as an AI file. So to save it, you will go File, you go Save As, and make sure you have your name. In this case, I'm going to type my name, Yang Meng, and underscore here, put an underline there, and you will just save it. Save your file, and then turn your file. The format is going to be Adobe Illustrator, so AI file. So once you save it, you can turn it in on Moodle page, and this is it for this week. And I will see you guys next week.